Tip here. I hope you're having a good week. Today we're going to talk about the holidays and how you are going to be able to stick with your workout during the holidays, because we all know that Halloween pretty much is that jump start to holiday parties, office parties, family parties, food, and more food. We all know this. So, in order to, over the next couple months, to be able to stick with your workout, I have 6 tips that I want to share with you. So my first tip is to make a schedule and stick with it. Now, this is actually a tip that you can utilize all year long, because it's actually a really good workout tip, is to make a schedule and stick to it. So you schedule the time you're going to work out just like you do a doctor's appointment or a dentist appointment or an office meeting. So in order to do that, if you have family coming to visit or you're going to visit family, you're probably going to have to do that before everybody gets up. And for people that aren't morning people, that may be hard, but it's only for a short amount of time for you to be able to stick to your workouts. And so, you may have to get up a little earlier, because those family plans, those holiday parties and stuff usually happen later in the afternoon or evening. And so you have to really make a schedule and stick with it if you are going to be able to continuously work out over the holidays. Otherwise, you're going to go a couple months and then you're going to be back to square one, if not further behind than where you would have been if you had just stuck with it and been consistent. And that doesn't mean that you still have to work out 6 days a week. If you're getting in 3 to 4 days a week during the holidays, you're still going to be better off than if you just said, screw it, and we're done with it. So tip number 2 is to go to bed earlier. Sleep is essential to help us digest our food. It is crucial. And an earlier bedtime actually leads to an earlier wake up time. So that goes back to tip 1, where we talk about, making a schedule, sticking to it, and you're probably going to have to work out a little earlier. You also tend to eat more unhealthy foods the later in the day it gets. I mean, think about that. When you go to parties, there's, a smorgasbord of food, and the later it gets, the more you just keep nibbling, and all those calories add up. So, one night can lead you into chaos, but one night is not going to kill you either. So one late night is not going to kill you, but if it's continuously happening, it's going to throw everything into chaos, and it's going to deter those gains that you may make in the gym with your health and fitness. So if you want to keep off those holiday pounds, go to bed early. Tip number 3. I've said this before, guys, and it's still true to this day. Work out with a friend or family member. So if you are, going to stay with family, or you have family coming to visit you, you can go for a walk just to get some exercise in. So it will help you stick with your workout, and you'll be able to get to bed earlier, because those people that are staying with you that would normally keep you up late have to get to bed early too, because they're working out with you. It's a win-win. So that way you're not trying to squeeze in, time with them because you couldn't get up and you were up later than you wanted to be. So bring in those family and friends to be able to help you stick with it. Number 4 is to try healthy alternatives. So if you're one that is going to be hosting a holiday dinner, or you're having a holiday potluck at your house, try to ask people to bring little healthier versions of things. And that will help you with your own diet, and will help everybody else as well. And you might inspire somebody to bring something that maybe they wouldn't have made before, but then maybe it becomes a family tradition, and you make that every year. So there's tons of recipes online. You can search healthy desserts, healthier desserts, because we all know, like, this time of year is one where we kind of indulge in those desserts, and that's okay. But, if you want to have that, it's okay. But this leads into my number 5 tip, which is to eat smaller portions. So, One reason that we gain so much weight over the holidays is because of how much food there is. We just continuously eat, and our portions are huge because the food tastes so good. And so, maybe you don't get that extra helping of mashed potatoes. I know that you can also tell yourself, hey, I'm going to give myself, one small brownie. And really, when you tell yourself that before you even go to a party, guess what? You actually will just eat that small brownie and you'll be okay. And you won't feel guilty. So you kind of have to give yourself a little bit of slack. Otherwise, you will just completely derail, and all of your progress that you have made throughout the year up to this point will be all for naught. And so give yourself a little bit of grace. Give yourself a little bit of leeway. Tell yourself, hey, I can have one small brownie. It won't kill you in the grand scheme of things, especially if you're still sticking to your workouts, which is what we're trying to do here with this video. So as long as you're eating the appropriate portions, you're going to be fine, especially with sticking with your workouts. So my last and final tip is to limit your alcohol intake. Obviously, the holidays, it always brings on, more alcohol because of all the parties. So you may have more beer, you may have more wine, you may have more cocktails. But you do want to limit that intake because it's really not good for your body. Beer is just empty calories. So even though it tastes really good, it really is empty calories. And hard alcohol can actually lead to a holiday hangover the next day, which would then mean your workout wouldn't happen because you would be hungover. So, probably your best bet is just to have a glass of wine. Then you're still, enjoying yourself, but don't drink the whole bottle. Then you'll probably, end up not very well the next day if you drink the whole bottle. So those are my tips. I hope they were helpful. This time of year, I love this time of year because of all the festivities and the food and all of that, but it can be a lot harder to stick to those fitness workouts and to make sure you get them in. But if you have a plan, you will succeed because, like they always say, if you fail to plan, you might as well plan to fail. So make a plan. And if that is only, guys, if that is only 3 times a week that you work out over the next couple months, that is better than just saying, screw it, and I'll start on January 1st. Because you will actually be further ahead than those people that are saying, I'm just going to wait until January 1st and then I'll jump on the New Year's resolution bandwagon. Don't be that person. You guys can continue on your fitness journey now throughout the holidays and still enjoy yourself. You just have to make a few little tweaks, and maybe you don't work out 6 days a week. That's okay. I've always said, guys, at least 3 days is what you need. At least 3. So even if that means just going for an evening walk, it's okay. So I hope these were helpful, and I hope that you guys have a great weekend. As always, if you haven't, please subscribe to my channel. Give me a thumbs up. Show me some love. I hope that you enjoy your Halloween. And if you're dressing up, have a great time. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye.